Hello, this is Michał Kłakowski from Software Sales 101. Today, I'd like to talk to you about a very important subject. That is, in software sales, you're really never ever selling to a single decision maker. It is always a group of people with varying agendas and perceptions of the value that you provide that adds the whole new dimension to that story of the value perception. We have been talking about that. In the end of the day, it's not a single perception of value, but a collection of them that determines if you're able to close your deal. So understanding who is who and what they think of you is of vital importance. Fortunately, you're bringing into the picture that external consultant advantage. You show up into the organization, which is existing for quite some time. You've never been there. There are certain things that certain groups of people that don't talk to each other and certain things that are not really discussed because there have been so many attempts to change them and people just give up over time. But you don't know about that. You're an external, and you have that privilege of asking silly questions, and people will answer them. And on the way, you're going to get a picture, get an understanding of certain gaps in perception that your customer might have, which are not visible to them. Important part of mapping your stakeholders, understanding your landscape, is not to leave a voice behind. Every voice that you leave behind might be a voice against you during the decision making, and you might not be there to object that. So think about the structure of your customer. Who is really buying the software? Who is going to use the software? What is the benefit of that to various groups? Historically, it's been IT department responsible for procuring the software, but now even that has changed. There are some initiatives in IT department. Some companies have now Chief Digital Officer and their office, which is responsible for transforming the company towards more of a digital workflow, whereas IT is perceived as the part of the organization which keeps the lights on. Some enterprises would allow their individual departments to procure software for themselves. Those departments would have their own initiatives and ways of measuring success. For example, IT is typically tasked to reduce cost of existing services. They might be in charge of satisfying compliance towards certain governance frameworks, whereas a Chief Digital Officer is usually in charge of maximizing the top-line opportunities related to technology or digitizing certain workflows for additional visibility and data-drivenness. Understanding those is key to adjust your message to those particular buyers. Understanding who is of vital importance. And as you do that, the most important topic of all of that we're going to cover soon is building champions. These people are talking to each other so much more frequently that you can talk to them that you really need somebody to do the selling on your behalf when you're not there. This is the champion by definition. We're going to be talking about the process of building, developing, and testing champions in the next episode. So stay with me and subscribe.